Hello and welcome to a HRX workout focused on back and arms. My name is Niran and with me I have Rohit and Ismail who will be working out with you today. So all our members who are still working on improving technique, please follow Ismail on my left who will be doing the scaled down version of all the movements. And for all our regulars who are feeling confident to push yourself with great technique, please follow Rohit on my right. Now let's get ready for this back and arms workout, shall we? Yep. Make sure you have a bottle of water and towel close by and let's begin with a warm-up. For the warm-up, we will have 4 movements, 30 seconds each. First movement, jumping jacks, scaled up, feet together, just jump out, hands go up all the way and come back to center. Scaled down, step out and back, but your hand still needs to go up, all the way and back. Yep. So ensure your hand goes up and bring it back. Don't just stop here. Yep, good to go? Yep, 30 seconds each. Let's start in 3, 2, and 1. Go. Nice and slow to start. Keep it simple. And the stepping as well, don't go too wide a stretch, just stay comfortable. Keep the weight on the leg that is in the center. The leg that goes out, you're just shifting your weight just a little over there. Don't shift all your weight to the outside leg. Well done. And that's done. From there we move to something called the extended plank pull. So for that we're going to be sitting back in child's pose to start. From here hands go forward. Now from there push your body forward, drop your hip down, lift your chest up as much as you can and then come back to child's pose. As you do this, please don't use momentum, don't bounce over here. Just go as much as you can. Even when you go back, don't bounce and push back. Keep it controlled. Drive your hips back as much as you can. Feel the stretch in your lats and all the muscles around your spine when you do that. Okay? Let's start in 3, 2, and 1. Let's go. Nice and controlled. Don't try to move too fast over here. Good job. As you come forward, make sure to push your hip down as much as you can and lift your chest up. Keep your shoulder blades pulled back as you lift your chest up. As you drive your hips back, sit back on your heel and that's done. From there, we move to something called the bird dog. So we're going to stay down itself for that. So for this, we're going to be starting off in your quadruped position where your knees are directly below the hips, palms directly below your shoulder. Now, any one leg comes out, fully extended, in line with the hip. Don't take it any higher, in line with the hip. Opposite hand comes forward. From here, crunch in, knee to elbow, and then extend out again. Keep your core active throughout. So we will do 30 seconds each side. For our scaled down version, we will do only the leg today to start, just working on core stabilization. Yep. Let's start one side first. We'll do 30 seconds on one side, 30 seconds on the other. Let's start in 3, 2, and 1. Go. For the scaled down athletes, make sure you're not turning your hip as you do this. Make sure your hip is facing the floor throughout. As you kick back, the common tendency is to turn your hip. Don't let that happen. Yeah, make sure your hips are facing the floor throughout. While our scaled up athletes, make sure to go into a full extension of your leg and hand. That needs to come in one straight line to finish each rep. Let's switch side now. 30 seconds the other side. The scaled up, remember, I want a little bit of a crunch when you come in, when you get your knee towards elbow, get that little crunch and then open out again. Breathe out as you extend out. Well done. Few more seconds and that's done. First of all, I want all of you to grab a quick sip of water and come back in for the main workout. today's main workout will have 1 minute working sets for each movement, yeah? So understand this is long when you're going into these movements, so please make sure you choose your version accordingly, yeah? And I'll run you all through it as we get there anyway. So the first movement, as you guys grab yourself some water, let me run you all through these movements. The first one is the beast hold rows with a pause. So here's how that looks. So the beast hold, your knee needs to be right below your hips, palm directly below the shoulder. Knees just off the floor for our scaled up athletes. Knee just off the floor, just enough for a piece of paper to go past, yep. Now from there, you're just gonna lift one hand, pause there for 2 seconds, drop. Then we go the other side, shift your weight to the other hand and drop. Don't turn your body, yeah. Just make sure you bring it up, pause and drop. Just shift the weight to one hand, pause and drop. As you do the pause, ensure to squeeze your shoulder blades in the back. For our scaled down athletes, your start position is going to be knees down. Now, just to work the core a little extra, as you bring the hand up, you're going to take one leg back. Take one leg back, bring it up and come back in. Then you go the other side. So what's happening, you're still shifting weight to one side, lift up and come back. So what that's doing is it's just trying to engage our core more, which is going to help us. I'm going to run you all through it once more. Just take the one leg back first. So when you do that, shift your weight to one side, do a small row and back. Shift to the other side and back. That's going to be the start. Yeah? Make sure the other leg is in beast position. Don't drive back as you do this. Yep. That's movement number one. Movement number two for our scaled up athletes, the body weight tricep dips looks like that. So you're going to get the fingers pointing in, heel down. Lift your hips up, shoulder blades pull back. Very, very important. The shoulder blades are pulled back. Please don't be there. Pull your shoulder blades back. From here, bend the elbow, drop your hips down and come back up. It's a limited range. Drop and back up, drop and back up. Ensure to keep your shoulder blades pulled back throughout. While our newer athletes, knees bent, keep your hips closer. From here, I just want you to press up, sit back down to start, press up and sit back down to start, yeah? So you just get to relax as we drop down. That's movement number two. Movement number three is a back extension. For that, we're gonna lie on our stomach. Your legs remain on the floor and your upper body will be coming up. Hands forward, lift your upper body up as much as you can, drop back down, relax. Lift your upper body up and drop and relax. We're going to be focusing only on lifting the upper body, not the lower body. Keep your feet closed, lift the upper body up. For our scaled down athletes, you will be using a little bit of an assist for this, but minimal. So keep your hands closed, just very light support from the hand, press up and come back down. While you do that, don't only use your hand. That's how that looks. Yep. Just minimal support. You could just keep your fingertips down, press up and come back down. That's going to be the scaled down version for that movement. A little support from the hand as you come up. Last movement is going to be a pseudo push-ups. For that scaled up version, hand goes out, fingers pointing out, and you got to push your body forward. Usually we keep the hands in line with the chest. This time you're going to keep your hand in line with mid-rib. Yep. From there, keep pushing your body forward. Drop your hips and chest down together. Press back up. Elbows will be pulled in. Elbows pulled in and press back up. Scale down on your knees. Starting off with the foundations, your knee push-ups. Hips and chest down, go down together. Chest in between the hands and press back up. That's going to be the scaled down version. 4 movements, 1 minute each. It's a long one. So whenever you need to just take that little breather, please do that and keep in mind technique. Good to go? Yeah? First one, beast hold rows with a pause. Let's get to position and start in 3, 2, and 1. Let's go. So we're going to keep alternating side over here. For our scaled up athletes, knees just off the floor, maintaining a neutral spine throughout, just the way Rohit's showing us. Pause up for 2 seconds. And for our scaled down athletes, you're just learning to take that weight on one side. So when you move one leg back, shift your weight to one side. Do that row and pause there, okay? Pause there for 2 seconds before you drop your hand back down. And while you bring your hand down, keep it nice and controlled. Like I always say, round number 1, use that to understand the movement, get the technique right. Don't start to challenge yourself, not to push yourself. First focus is always technique, range of motion, and then challenge. Excellent work. Remember, it's a minute long. Round 1 might feel okay, but as we get to round 3 and 4, the last 2 rounds, that's going to be challenging. And that's done. From here, we move to body weight tricep dips. So hand back, fingers pointing towards you. For the scale down, hand close to the hip. Starting in 3, 2, and 1. Let's go. So for the scaled up version, you're going to lift your hips up a little high. And from there, you bend the elbow as much as you can, allowing the hips to come down close to the ground. While our scale down athletes, your focus is to just lift yourself off the floor and then sit back down. Lift yourself off the floor, sit back down. That's how we're going to start. But the focus, it might seem easy, but the focus for you is to ensure your shoulder blades are pulled back throughout. No dropping the shoulder blades forward, yeah? The shoulders forward, sorry. Keep looking forward, chest lifted. Press your heel into the floor. Nice and easy. Yeah, just press up and back, press up. So as you press up, what's happening is you're going to be pulling your shoulders down, yeah? So that allows you to take your upper body up. Sit and back up, sit and back up. And that's done. From there, we move to the back extension. So you're going to be lying on your stomach. Hands forward for scaled up, starting in 3, 2, and 1, go. Come up nice and slow, keep it controlled. The scale down, I would suggest you all to keep your palms down, but don't press only. Yeah, I want you all to focus on pulling your upper body up with the muscles in your back, yeah, and your hand is just supporting it, yeah, allowing you to kind of get that range of motion for now. As you start to get comfortable over a few sessions, then you can slowly start to take less assistance from your hand. Scaled up, make sure you come up as much as you can. Pause there for a sec. Control as you go down. Well done, guys. Just a light press, Ismail. Light press as you come up. Yep. Keep your hand pressed down. Just press it and lift up just a little. Well done, well done. A minute feels long when you do these, and that's done. The last one is just pseudo push-ups, so let's get ready for that. This one's going to challenge you. Starting in 3, 2, and 1, go. Remember, for our scaled up athletes, as you go down, I want you to pull your elbows in. Your fingers are pointing out. Yep. In case you're losing technique, just do your normal push-ups. If you're somebody who just started your regular push-ups on your toes and you just got comfortable with that, I would suggest you all to first do that. Get comfortable with that particular movement before you start the rest of it. Scale down athletes, hips and chest come up together. Don't push your hips back as you come up. I just want you to maintain that straight line throughout. Remember, it's a minute long, so in case you need to take that 2-3 seconds breather in between and shake the hands off for any of these movements, please do that, because your breaks are also going to be 30 seconds after each round. Controlled movement, guys. We're not focusing on speed, because as it gets longer, the speed reduces. Well done, and that's done. Excellent work, guys. How are you guys feeling after round 1? Good? Yeah? Remember, a minute long means you need to kind of change your plan from what it would be for a 20-second each movement, yeah? A 20-second each movement is when we push hard, but a minute long, you got to control that pace, yeah? It's not about how many reps you get, and it's about trying to stay with that momentum through the whole minute. The break's only 30 seconds, so we're going to jump right back into that. First movement, beast hold rows with the pause. Round number 2, starting in 3, 2, and 1, go. Remember to shift that weight to one side and pause, guys. Don't be in a hurry. Scale down. Don't be in a hurry to do this. Our focus over here is to understand that shift of weight, yeah? While our scaled up athletes, Big focus on a neutral spine throughout. Like you can see Rohit showing us here, he's maintaining a neutral spine throughout. Even when he lifts the hand up, the weight is being shifted to one side, but the spine position doesn't change. That is the same for our scale down as well. Breathe out as you get the hand up. Pause there for 2 seconds and then drop down slow. Don't slam your hand down. I want you to get your hands down nice and slow. Great work, guys. Just a few more seconds here. Nice and easy as you come down. And that's done. From here, we move to our body weight tricep dip. So let's get to position and start in 3, 2, and 1. So I want you to get your hips back a little bit more. Excellent. Now I just want you to press up just a little off the floor, and that's it. And drop back down. That's it. You can see the movement is very, very minimal, guys. The focus over here is just to understand that full extension, yeah, and your shoulder position. Watch what he's doing. He's pulling his shoulders back. I want you to pull your shoulder blades back a little bit more. Excellent. That's it. Just off the floor and drop back down. Minimal movement. While our scaled up athletes keep the hips lifted, but big focus on keeping your shoulder blades pulled back. Please make sure you're not dropping your shoulders forward. That's going to hurt your shoulders. And that limited range does not make it easier in a combination like this. What do you say, Rohit? Yeah, he's giving me a nod to say, yeah, let's talk later. Right? Well done. Excellent work, guys. Just maintain that. Just keep that range limited, but focus on maintaining technique. Holding that position is going to work your upper back a lot as well. And that's done. From there, we move to our back extensions. Right now, I did a lot of work for the upper back and triceps. Now let's work the lower back as well. Starting in 3, 2, and 1. Go. Remember, scale down. I want you all to use your hand. Press with your hand and hold that press. Just try to keep that press minimal. Use your back as much as possible. Just use your hand as little as you can throughout. Don't worry about it. Just give it your best for today, and you'll keep getting better. Scaled up athletes, lift your chest up as much as possible. When you do that and you lift your hand as well, your shoulder blades will also squeeze. Breathe out every time you come up. Make sure you're breathing out as you come up. Keep your feet close to each other and remember to squeeze your glutes. It's going to help you with this movement. Well done. Don't hold your breath. Last few seconds. And that's done. From here, we move to the pseudo push-ups. I want you to quickly shake your hands off before we start. Yeah, just quick shake off. It's not an easy one. Let's start in 3, 2, and 1. Our scaled up athletes, I want you to ensure your hand for who was doing the pseudo push-ups and not just the regular push-ups. The pseudo push-ups, make sure your hand is in line with your lower ribs or mid-rib, not in line with your shoulder or chest like what we generally do for a push-up. I want you to kind of push your body forward. A lot of engagement from the core as well as you do that. Pull your elbows in. While our scaled down athletes focus on getting a strong foundation, a good push-up, dropping your chest in between the hands. As you come up, hips and chest come up together. As you go down, it goes down together. Yep. You can see a smile showing us right now. Great technique. Dropping down nice and easy, coming up nice and easy, maintaining a neutral spine throughout. Well done, Rohit. Remember, it's really, really hard, so if you need to just drop your knees and shake it off a little, you can do that, yep. Well done, guys. 1 minute is not a short one, and that's done. 30-second breather before we go to round number 3. How are you guys feeling? Yeah? Excellent. Guys, 1 minute. I'm going to repeat myself again and again. 60 seconds. It sounds very short, but when you're doing these movements for 60 seconds, that's a long one. Yep. So please pace yourself out. It's not about going really fast for 10 seconds and taking a 20-second breather. That's not going to really help us. Every workout needs to be approached differently, and this one's approach is controlled movement. Yep. So let's get a position for round number 3, starting in 3, 2, and 1. Beast hold rows with a pause. This is why I want you to take your hand back a little bit. I want you to keep your hand in line with the shoulder. Yep, excellent. Guys, our scale down athletes, make sure your hand is directly below the shoulder. Don't go into a push-up position where you're dropping the hip. You're in sort of a beast position, so your knees need to be directly below your hips. Yeah, not like how we do in our push-ups where your knees are behind and hips are forward. Here your hips need to be in line with your knees. Scaled up as you start to fatigue. Don't lift your hips up any higher, yeah? Maintain that. If you need to drop your knee down, quick breather, do that. But just, quick breather, 3 seconds, 4 seconds, stops. Neutral spine throughout, pause for 2 seconds. Don't forget the pause, that's where the challenge is. Round number 3 or 4, that's where we are right now. Well done, few more seconds. And that's done. From here we move to the body weight tricep dips. Triceps are going to be challenged. Let's start in 3, 2, and 1. Scaled up athletes, hips forward and up. Scaled down athletes, keep your hips back, close to your hand. All I want you to do is lift up and go back down. Lift up and go back down. That's it. It is not easy. Yeah? You can check with this smile if you want. Yeah? How are you feeling? Yeah? You feeling that? Yeah? Excellent. Remember to breathe out every time you press up. Very important that you breathe out every time you press up. So what this is doing for the scaled down athletes is when you're pressing, not only working your triceps, because of that positioning, you're also working your mid-back, the muscles which are in between your shoulder blades. The bottom part of that is also being worked because you're pushing your shoulder blades down and lifting your upper body up. Well done. Hands are going to start getting shaky with these 1-minute rounds. Stay with it, and that's done. From here we go to back extension. Lie on your back. And let's start in 3, 2, and 1. Let's go. Big focus on the mid and lower back as you do this. You're going to be focusing on your mid back and lower back as you do this particular move. Even for our scaled down athletes, when you're doing a little bit of a press, yep, you're not really doing a push-up. You're just assisting that extension, so your mind is still focused on working the muscles along the spine, yeah? That's where you're focusing on still. Well done, guys, great technique. Stay with that. Remember to squeeze your glutes, that assists with this movement. We're right now in round number 3. Breathe out as you come up. Don't hold your breath as you fatigue. Do not hold your breath. Almost there, guys. Few more seconds. And that's done. From here, we're going to go to the pseudo push-ups. Shake your hands off. Quick shake. And let's go into the pseudo push-ups in 3, 2, and 1. Let's move. Remember to push your body forward. Push your body forward as much as possible, yeah? Get in those reps. It is okay to slow down. Yeah, it's okay to slow down. But try not to stop. That's a tough one. It's easy to say, but try not to stop. Just try and challenge yourself. When you need to, when you know your technique is off, quick pause. For our scaled down athletes, here's your challenge now. I want you to keep your hips and chest just off the floor. Don't touch down. Even when you're tired, just keep it just off the floor, press back up. Just off the floor, press back up. Just keep the pace in control. Don't try to go too fast. That's going to fatigue you. Well done, Rohit. Great effort. Great effort. Well done, Ismail. Keep that moving. Scale up is not easy, nor is the scale down. Whichever version you're doing it because you want to do it right. That's going to be hard for wherever you are. So just keep pushing yourself. And that's done. Grab yourself some water. Just shake the hands off and then come back. As you guys drink some water, I'm going to run you all through the first stretch that we need to do. That's going to be the child's pose lat stretch because we work the upper back a lot. So we've got to make sure we stretch that. So for that, so we're going to go down to child's pose. Going to sit back on our heel in the child's pose, hand goes forward. Now from there, what we do for the lat stretch is we move both hands to any one side both arms are fully extended, hips stay back. Yeah, keep pushing the hips back, walk the hands forward as much as you can. Whichever hand is on the inside, you'll feel that stretch on the upper back. So we do 30 seconds on one side, then 30 seconds on the other. Let's get down to position. Let's start in 3, 2, and 1, go. Hands fully extended, push your hips back as much as possible. Whichever hand is on the inside, that's the side you're going to feel that stretch on your lats, that's your upper back. Keep breathing. Keep walking the hand forward every few seconds, and that's done. Let's change side. Let's go the other side and start. Keep walking the hands forward. Make sure both your hands are fully extended. Both hands fully extended. Twist your upper body towards that one side. Walk your hand forward just a little now, just to deepen that stretch. Good work, guys. And that's done. From there, we move to the next one. We're going to stay down for the next one. That's called the puppy pose. So the child's pose is when we sit back all the way and extend the arms forward. But for the puppy pose, your hips are going to be in line with the knee. Hands all the way forward, and from here your focus is to drop the chest only. Yeah, don't drive the hip back from there. You will slightly drive back to just find the center of gravity, but don't push back all the way into a child's pose. Your focus over here is to drop your chest down as much as you can and pull your shoulder blades back together. Yep, so let's get to position. Hips up over here, hands all the way forward, lift your hips up and drop your chest down. Push your chest down as much as you can and pull your shoulder blades back together. The shoulder does a lot of stability work for a lot of these movements, so you've got to make sure we stretch that as well. Hands fully extended. Keep walking the hands forward and pushing your chest down. Don't get comfortable wherever you are. I want you to keep challenging yourself as you stretch. As you feel slightly comfortable, stretch it a little more. And that's done. From there, we're going to stay down itself for the next one. That's going to be the pigeon pose. That's going to stretch the glutes, because that has also done a lot of assisting work for a lot of your movements. We're going to cross one leg forward. Whichever leg is forward, the knee is in line with the same shoulder. Walk back as much as possible with the back leg. Get your hips close to the ground. Don't sit there and turn your hips to one side. Make sure your hips are facing the floor. From there, drop the upper body down. You could come on your elbow. If you're feeling very comfortable, you could extend your arms forward and drop a little lower. Yep, so let's get to position. Cross one leg forward. Walk back as much as possible with the back leg. Hips facing the floor, and drop the upper body down. You could stay on your elbow. Remember, you could stay on your elbow, but don't turn your hips away. Make sure your hips are facing the floor. Remember to focus on relaxing the muscles. Keep pushing your hips down. As you feel comfortable, once you know your hips are down all the way, you can walk your hands forward. Slowly come up. Change side now. Cross one leg forward, walk back. Excellent. Guys, remember, whenever you do this stretch, always focus on the hip position. Don't worry about the upper body. Don't focus on dropping your upper body down. That focus comes in much later. Your first focus is to push your hip towards the floor as much as possible, yeah? If that means you've got to keep your palms down and your chest up so you're able to focus more on dropping the hip down, so be it. That's done. Slowly come out of that. From there, we're going to stand up for the next stretch. That's going to be the tricep stretch. Going to have one hand back, head is back. Don't push the head forward. Grab the elbow, pull your hand back and towards center, yeah? Going to do 30 seconds each side. Let's take the hand back. Keep your head up. Keep your chest up. pull back, keep looking forward. You're probably struggling to do this stretch right now after all the work you've done. I think they'll vouch for that. Yeah, a lot of tricep work has been done today. So in case you're feeling stiff, that's very, very normal. Don't worry about it. Just pull it in every few seconds. Just try and deepen the stretch. That's why we're holding the tricep stretch a little longer in today's session. Change. Remember, grab the elbow, pull it towards center and back. Yeah. Make sure you're taking your hand back to create room for your head to stay in neutral position. Deepen that stretch now, try to pull it in more. Good work. And that's done. Last stretch, the forearm extensor stretch. That's this muscle there, because all our work is pulling the palm up, so we've got to make sure we stretch that muscle. So what we're going to do is fingers pointing down. I want you to grab the palm, pull it, the back of the palm, and pull your hand in, after which you extend the elbow. Don't keep your elbows extended at first. Keep your elbows bent. Just pull the back of your palm in as much as possible, where you start to feel that light stretch, and then extend the arm to deepen the stretch. Yeah, so let's do that. Hands in line with the shoulder, extend the elbow right at the end. Once again, we're going to hold this for 30 seconds. A lot of work done like that with the pseudo push-ups, our tricep push-ups, our crab pose. This guy has done a lot of work, so we've got to hold that stretch for longer to relax that muscle. Try and extend the elbow and lift the hand up a little higher. That could help deepen the stretch. Not too high though, just a little higher than the shoulder. Last few seconds. Switch arm now. Elbows bent to start. Hands in. Pull that in and then extend the elbow in line with the shoulder. Nice deep breaths. Just take a couple of deep breaths for us to finish our stretches. Long inhale, long exhale, just to feel a little relaxed. And that's done. Excellent work, guys. Brilliant. Excellent work, guys. That was awesome work. Remember, make sure to have at least 3 fruits a day. The nutrients in it will help you work out harder and recover better. And remember to stay hydrated through the day. Yeah. On that note, let's do our We Are Cult shout out. Yes. Yep. In 3, 2, and 1, We Are Cult. See you all in the next session. Thank you.